never complacent. Put my foot on the pavement. In my dream I was chasing, while my girl waited patient. Spent a lifetime on this music shit, going nowhere, I was losing it. She was right there enduring this, while her folks like, why she doing this? But Shawty didn't care what nobody said. She was gonna ride to the day I'm dead, stay by my side when the others fled. So I'm convinced that she deserves it all. She believed in me when chances were real small. I picture me driving a foreign. She riding the passenger side. Yeah, 3 in the morning, holding her head up, yeah. There from the beginning, there from the beginning. Oh, she was there from the beginning, yeah. Baby, you were there from the beginning. Yeah. Shawty my ride or die, and she is my reason why I keep on grinding to buy her expensive things that money can buy. Her beauty represents me well, she loves me and others can tell. Her heart is where my love would dwell. Talk about her man and she would rebel. I ain't ashamed, this ain't a game. She was right there in the storm and the rain, and through the pain and the financial strain. Now she gon' shine with the fortune and fame. She gambled her life for me, she sacrificed for me. She deserves it all, it's only right, you see. No matter the price, you see. I picture me driving a foreign. Picture me driving the flying, now my history is changing. She's my day one and there is no rearranging. She's had my back through the times when things were straining. Now she benefits from every cent I'm gaining. Listen to what I'm saying. No dividing, no compromising. She gon' ride while I keep on climbing. Just recognize we gon' keep on thriving. She believed that I'll see greatness in due timing. I picture me driving the foreign. My shawty, she riding the passenger side. She riding the passenger side. 3 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Yeah. She was there from the beginning. She was there in the beginning. There in the beginning. She took me driving in the beginning. Foreign with my lady. Foreign.
Major key alert!
Oh, we good now.
Jay Khaled!
I got the key. I got the key.
All about the greatness with the key to open doors. Every day my life is changing better than before, 'cause you took the key and you put the thing in action. I'll give you the tools, now you get that satisfaction.
I got the key to changing lives.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. It is Key Talk Tuesday, and I am your girl, Coach Amber J, with the Key to Changing Lives. I am your transitional life coach, and I help men and women to tap in. I'm sorry, somebody walked in and just completely distracted me. Oh, you gotta turn to this side. Transitional life coach. I empower men and women to shift their perspectives while becoming the master of their own life and tapping into purpose while serving others on their path to greatness. I want to thank BU Radio and our producers for allowing us this platform. Shout out to Alex, aka Apple. Shout out to all the BU Radio family and other hosts. We appreciate you. Make sure that you guys stay tuned in every week. There is shows popping off, so make sure that you stay tuned in. Thank you to all the listeners who tuned in last week with our phenomenal key guest, my girl and friend Marissa Pons. We also were honored to share with our recently launched Dairy Gardens. I ordered my waistbands from her, so make sure you go and check her out. She actually gave me a follow-up email this morning, which was really beautiful, and I think that as a entrepreneur and a business owner, when you're selling, it's the little details that make a difference. So I appreciate that. I wish her much success. So make sure you guys go check out her website and order. I ordered me some waist beads. So let's see how that works. So each month we will focus on a theme, and as your coach, I will give you keys to unlock new doors and doors that are no longer serving you, so you can become the master of your own life. I have mastered these 3 key areas in my life, which is spiritual growth, personal growth, and purpose. So these are the key areas I would like for you guys to all develop in and become the master of your own life. And so this month we will dive into a hot topic on the amazing stigmatized stereotype conversation of Miss Independent. I got some haters in the room right now. No, I'm joking. I have some men in here making comments. But they said they love independent women, so we appreciate y'all. Well, one of them did. I don't know about the other one. I don't know if he count though. Oh, Miss Independent and Submissive. So we're going to talk about it tonight, you guys. Make sure y'all tune in. Leave comments. But before we get started and get into that conversation, make sure that you first like, share, invite somebody onto this page. Make sure that you guys go ahead and drop some comments. So I am super excited. Super honored that I have the phenomenal guests that I have onto this show tonight. The only way I can really explain these women is starting off with they are dope, period, point blank. I love them. They're amazing. They show up and they show out. And so I'm super excited that I have them both on my show. I want to start off with my girl, the mover and shaker, the actual plug and connect, Cece Kilgore. And then I have her right-hand chick, Zay. Welcome both boss ladies to BU Radio Key Talk. Hey, ladies. How y'all doing?
Good.
Y'all can speak into the mic.
This is different. This is real different.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. I am very honored and grateful that you guys made time to come and show up for me.
Well, thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Always here for you.
How you guys feeling?
Good. Man, I feel good.
Yeah?
I feel good.
Today has been a crazy hot day, right? This whole week. How y'all dealing with the heat?
Oh, it's exhausting. I feel so tired. Just so tired.
Yeah, it's definitely draining. Definitely draining. So
I can't stop cheesing.
I see you over there cheesing.
Oh man, it's just the love. It's the comments. It's the comments that's getting me. So
okay.
I'm just overwhelmed with joy.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Who's on the comments? Give him some shout outs.
I want to shout out Garnita Rosamont, man. Like one of my A1 since day one. She changed my diaper when I was a shorty. Shout out to Maya.
Hi.
I see you. One of my other bosses, my other queens. I see May K's on there. Hi,
Hey.
Mom.
Hi, May.
Hi, Mom.
I miss you.
I want to shout out to Essence Johnson, one of our coldest decorators west of the Mississippi. She works for our team
Amen.
at Spaced Event. So, yeah, man, it's just a love. It's just so many great people I see on this chat. So, I'm really overwhelmed.
So go ahead and tell people who you are, Cece.
Oh, for sure. Well, my name is Cece Kilgore. I'm an Aquarius. I love long walks on the park. But no, real stuff.
I told you she's dope, y'all.
Look, real stuff. In October of 2020, myself and Zay, we started a really dope, unique platform called Spaced, and it's an event management and consulting company doing amazing things in the community.
Yes.
I mean, not only are we providing great advice and expertise to folks who want us to curate their professional and personal milestones, but we also do a lot of great work around advocacy and activism within the Las Vegas community. So
Amazing.
yeah, amazing work.
Impactful work, dude. Like,
Yeah.
she's dope.
Work-
If you know, you know.
Work that means something, you know, man. Like, it really means something.
Absolutely.
It really makes an impact. And I'm just so blessed to have one of the coldest COOs west of the Mississippi, Zay. So super
Yes.
grateful.
Well, welcome, Zay. Go ahead and
Hey.
share with the people who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Zay. Everything Cece said. We're here just to make an impact and, like she said, make powerful moves.
Yeah.
And that's all that we're about. We're about empowering ourselves and our community, and we do the best that we can trying to do that.
Yes. I have to say, I'm really, impressed. Like, we've been communicating this last week, and you definitely are very, like, the questions you ask and all of those things. It's like, okay, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, let me get back to you on that. So I really appreciate that, because it's important to find out someone's details and their visions and what they want and what they desire and how you want that, they want that to be manifested and how you can help in that. So
Absolutely.
having that one-on-one recent experience with you, definitely, like, y'all really dope. Like, I really appreciate y'all.
Amber, you know that's my word, man.
I know, that's why I keep using it, because it explains all of you and above.
That's why we appreciate
Dope.
you, girl.
Yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
that's just perfect. That's
Yeah.
every lady. Every lady is just so dope.
Yes.
That's what we're all about.
And that's so important, because I think, when you have support and you have people that believe in you and, pour into you, it shows, right? And even if you don't have people pouring into you, but just you believing in you yourself and showing up, it just makes a difference. And so even as we begin to speak on the topic we're talking about today, I want to talk about that as well. How you show up, because we started off talking about Miss Independent, and before the conversation or before the live started, you made a few little comments. I'll let you drop them, Cece. But just even the stigmas on that and how you show up to be dope, and how being independent, how being independent gets you to further your dreams, or has you stuck, or whatever issues you've had in this walk of being independent and showing up as a boss. So,
Was that question directed to me?
yeah.
I guess
We'll start with
I'm
you,
focused
Cece.
on where I'm supposed to look. Camera,
The camera.
phone, okay.
Or wherever, both.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I was so focused on that. What's the question again? Sorry.
So, being an independent, well, let's step back. Do you feel like you're an independent woman?
Yes.
Okay. And do you feel like there's stigmas associated with being an independent woman?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I was actually just talking to a friend of mine last night about that. Especially, being a black woman, there's always this. I don't want to say negative connotation tied to
Yeah.
being independent, but I'm gonna say interesting. There's always this interesting energy
Yeah.
and vibration towards being an independent black woman. And that, a lot of brothers just assume that, she's independent, so she don't need no man to help her with nothing.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's not always true. That's not the narrative on so many levels.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
So I always tell people I'm independent, and I wear that with a badge of honor, right? Because I think
Right.
independence as a man or woman is sexy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like it's something so sexy about having your own, right?
Yeah.
And I always make it very clear, even in relationships, like, if I'm rocking with you, it's because I want to,
Right.
not that I need to. Right?
Okay.
Like, I have my own money, I have my own resources, I have my own plugs, I have my own connects. I just really hope that in today's world and in today's society, we change the narrative, man. There's nothing
I agree.
wrong with being an independent woman, and more specifically for myself, there's nothing wrong with being an independent black woman. I think we really have to change the narrative.
I definitely agree. Zay, what do you feel in your, your experience? Do you also feel like you're an independent woman as well?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm always out trying to get my own. I've been hardworking since I was 15,
Yeah.
and always trying to do the next best thing for myself.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with Cece. Ambition and independence, that's sexy.
That's
Yes,
sexy.
it
Men
is
and women.
ambition
That's
and
sexy.
independence. I like that.
Both of them, they go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
And it's sexy, and it's not something that anyone should be intimidated by.
That's true.
It's something that someone should look at and be like, yeah, that's someone I want as my partner, and that's
Right.
something sexy. It's not something that should be intimidating or something that should scare someone away.
Absolutely. In talking about like intimidation and scaring people away, are either of you in relationships now?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
I am.
you know, I got a little,
dating.
I'm dating. I got a little somebody that I'm really sparking an interest in.
Okay.
So, you know.
So let's start with Zay. So
Yes, please do.
Being independent and being an entrepreneur and chasing your own dreams and goals, do you feel like your partner that you're with now is supportive of that, or was it a struggle beforehand getting into relationship, dating, and being independent?
So I'm very blessed that with him, I mean, blessed, we give gold stars for small things, but I'm blessed that he is supportive, because I think that is something that should just be a baseline in a relationship.
Absolutely.
That's why I say gold stars for small things, because support is number one.
Yeah.
Support and respect, that's the basis of a strong relationship.
There it is. Y'all. Pick
It
up
was
those
hard
keys.
in the back. In the past relationships, I did not have that, and that was a struggle because I'm always trying to get out and do more, and if someone's holding you back, that's just an unnecessary stress. So I don't let anybody hold me back. So I am blessed that I do have a man that he stands behind me strong.
That's awesome.
He's actually, been out of the state for the past 6 months, and that's the whole part about being independent, right? That
Right.
You can have that distance and still be strong through that, and not necessarily, again, need a person, but still want to have that person to be your support.
Yes. Say it again for the people in the back.
Hey, that's facts.
And then I see a couple of comments too. Is one that I just read. It says submission is modeled behavior. And I think that's really important too. I think that ties into the stigmas of, especially I'm going to go with black women. The stigma between black women is that sometimes we haven't seen that submission, so we don't really know what that is. And then we don't have leaders as men or head of the households to, kind of help us understand or give us a guideline on what being independent and submissive at the same time looks like. And so I think sometimes that's where the negative stigmas come from and stereotypes come from, is because we just haven't had anyone to model it and anyone to show us healthy relationships, or anyone to show us how to be a boss at work and how to be a gentle feminine woman at home. So learning those roles are not always easy for a lot of us. So I definitely like that comment of submission and is modeled behavior.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I literally was just having this conversation last night with my friend, and I think like just my experience is so different in that I grew up with both my parents in the household.
That's awesome.
Up until the point I was 14.
Okay.
And the way I explained it to him is that, I get the best of both worlds. So literally
Right.
what you described, I've had the opportunity to live and experience.
Yeah.
Growing up, my dad was a very old school man, right? Like my
Okay.
father was the provider, my father was the protector, my father was that guy.
Okay.
So I guess you can say like, gender roles were definitely normalized in my household.
Oh, that's
My
different.
mom
Yeah.
was the one for the most part that stayed home and took care of the kids and cooked and cleaned, and when we got boo-boos, she kissed them and made them better.
Aw.
So I would say like I got to see my mom in that light.
Cece, if you can get closer to the mic,
Oh,
so they
my
can't
bad.
see you. They can't hear you.
Y'all can't hear me.
Now we can.
Okay. Dang, man. So like I was saying, my apologies. I was blessed to really get to see my mom, be that submissive woman. Or not even submissive woman, but being that partner, right? That,
Right.
stay
And that's
home.
key too. Like
Yeah, I
being
don't
the
want to say
partner,
submissive because, like, my mother is not a submissive woman, but I got to see my mother be that feminine woman. I like when you
Okay,
use that word.
that's a nice word. Yeah.
like very feminine. Like, my mom, like I said, cooked and cleaned and took care of the kids and
Did
kissed
the
the
more
boo-boos,
domestic-
all that stuff.
Right.
But then when I turned 14 and my mom, left Chicago and came to Vegas, me and my mother had a very honest conversation in that my mom made it very clear what you knew before is no more moving forward. Right? So I
Okay.
got to see my mother essentially evolve.
Okay.
Yeah, like really
That's-
evolve. So I got to see her
To
wear
be-
that one hat,
Yeah.
but then also, I don't know if I can cuss on here, but
Yes.
just be a,
Go ahead.
my mom is such a boss ass bitch. Like, that's my dog. Like,
That's your dog.
that's my dog. I really feel like when Lil Boosie wrote that song, IND, like he really was talking about my mom. Like that
Oh,
is my
that's-
mom to the
okay.
T. So I really got to see my mom like evolve, and I got to see her, work and also, take care of me as well and start her own business. Like my mom has
Yeah.
her own production company, and
Oh,
I
that's
just got to
awesome.
see her move in such a different light. So I'm just truly blessed that I got to see my mother, play both
Play both,
roles.
yeah.
Which I think is really, really great. And just unfortunately, so often us as young women, we're robbed of that opportunity because we don't get to see that model behavior of really what a man is supposed to be and the role he plays in the household.
Right.
And our mother.
Right.
So yeah, I just felt like that was really imperative to say.
It is. It definitely is. Because I think, like you said, a lot of times we model the behavior that we see or we don't see. And so when we hear the independent woman, 9 times out of 10, it's because we've had to take on a role that we've only seen modeled, which is, our mothers or our fathers just get up and have to do what we have to do. And there's no balance. There's no partnership. There's no one to help you, like you said, evolve into whatever it is or whatever role it is that you need to be. You have to pretty much play all the roles. So Zay, what would you say your experience, how your experience has shaped your life into now?
Well, I have a similar story to Cece as well.
Okay.
When I was growing up, my parents played the very domestic roles. We immigrated here, and when we came, my mom didn't have a work visa, so she stayed at home pretty much all the way up until we started high school, I think.
Okay.
She was just taking care of us at home. And then once my parents separated, I saw my mom go through that whole evolution again. Same thing like
wow.
Cece. She started her own business from scratch. She built
Wow.
up clientele to where she has a pretty successful business right now. Shout
That's
out,
so
she does
awesome.
brows and facials and stuff. She's an esthetician.
Okay.
Really, really dope. If you want your brows perfect, hit me up.
Yes, please.
She'll get your skin glowing.
I need
But
that.
yeah, she did all that. And, she also, modeled the behavior of her mother, who
Okay.
raised her 3 children by herself in Pakistan,
Wow.
right, in the early 70s and 80s. So that was something that my mom got to experience as a young woman, and growing up seeing her mom, she, started from nothing. She became a principal, changed the entire life. And
changed the whole dynamic.
Yeah, changed the whole dynamic. So my mom got to see a really strong role model, and then she was able to do that when she got the freedom to do so here.
Wow.
And so I'm always inspired by my mom, my aunt, my grandma. They're some of the most powerful women I got to see. So that's why I think that model behavior is extremely important. That's why representation and all of that matters too. So we can see those strong role models and be able to, shift the path and shift the narrative of what it is to be an independent, strong woman.
Absolutely. And it's very interesting too, because you don't really get to hear these stories, you don't really get to see women, and it explains even more to me how you guys, to me, you're so dope to me, because I see you maneuver, in business and maneuver in different areas of your lives, and see how you guys are able to, like you said, evolve into that and do it with ease, because you've seen it modeled, so you've had an example to kind of follow. And so I think these are why these conversations are so important as well, because you need someone to model to where you're going. They said if you want to be successful, find someone that's successful in doing whatever it is that you're already doing. And then just even changing the narrative of being an independent woman, like you seeing your mom being able to be in relationship and be the submit, or not as strong or independent in that relationship, and being able to balance that. Do you guys think that you guys carry that into relationships as well? Being able to balance and, be an independent, be strong as a boss, and then being able to play the role of whatever that is for you in your relationships?
Oh yeah, I think absolutely.
Okay.
So I think
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I feel like every woman wants to be soft, regardless of how ambitious, regardless of how independent you are. Every woman does have that soft side of her, and when you're comfortable with an individual, when you're comfortable with your partner, and you know that there's no, I guess, insecurities, there's no pressure to be something you're not. I feel like you're allowed to be soft.
Yes.
And I think that comes through when you're in that type of healthy place.
Absolutely. I love it too, because it's so important to be able to show up for yourself, be independent, but be able to still tap into your femininity, still be soft, still be able to be secure and safe. And a lot of times I think those are where the negative stigmas come from, because some men expect certain things, but they don't bring all of them to that relationship to make me feel safe, to make me feel secure, to make me be able to be vulnerable enough to trust you because you don't even have your own vision. So how are you going to lead me, you know? I know from my own experience being a single mother, like, there's many hats and roles that I have to play, but I still try to be intentional because I want to be feminine and I want to be able to be in relationship and be submissive. So, you know, you have to be able to balance it, but being able to see women do it is really important for me as well. Yeah.
I also definitely want to say that it's important to always have like a balance. Like there should,
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm not always. It's a compromise, right? I'm not always gonna be the submissive one. I think that's fair to say that.
Yeah.
I'm not always.
She's a Leo.
Oh,
She's a fire sign.
It explains. She's the lion. She's taking over all the kingdom.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna be submissive 100% of the time if I'm not supposed to be in that moment.
Hey, there it is.
Talk
Listen,
your shit, poet.
girl, come on.
Talk your shit.
Are y'all picking up these keys? Because they are being dropped right now.
Oh, I like that. That's catchy. That's catchy. I like that.
Yeah, but you know that's true.
Somebody
It's
said Leo Nation.
oh, that's Jay, that job that just
Hey,
left.
shout out to, Progressive Legacy, man. Shout out to Kilgore LC, man. One of my other A1s since day ones.
Aw. But yeah, I think that is very important. Cece, what do you think about the roles in being independent in a relationship?
Sorry, I don't know why I just started laughing. I don't think I'm the greatest person to give relationship advice, but I think there's nothing wrong with being independent in relationships. Well, I always feel as though I want to be a power couple.
Yes,
You know,
that's
like
me.
I've always envisioned that. Fun fact, I have a vision board in my living room,
Okay.
and I have some really dope power couples that I put on that vision board because that's what I'm looking to attract in
Right.
my own, relationship and in my personal life.
Yeah.
But I think, look at Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Listen, I was thinking of her the whole time. Like, listen,
Let's
she's
just speak
fine,
facts,
beautiful,
man.
smart, intelligent, a go-getter.
Perfume, clothing
Clothing.
line, everything,
Everything.
movies, album. Like, she fired her dad, and she became the boss of her own empire, right?
Yeah.
I hope
did
she doesn't
that.
hear me. And then you look at Jay-Z too, like same thing, Rockaware, movies, film, producer,
Yeah.
executive producer. It's like they're independent within their own right, but
Yeah.
together, man, they a cold ass
A
power couple.
cold power.
cold.
And they're making power moves, and now they have children, so now they're creating their legacy, and you know what I mean? It's so important. And even seeing it from that light, it's like, this is what really can possibly take place.
Facts.
You know, when you really get a partner and you really know who you are and be able to boss up in that, and also be able to, I seen someone make a comment in here that I want to read. It says, I'm a boss in business, but I digress and relax when I'm home. I trust my husband's
Yes.
leadership.
Yep.
And that is a very important key skill to learn. Is I can boss up in business when it's needed, and like you said, Zay, when it's needed, I'm gonna submit, and when it's not, I'm gonna have a voice and be able to say what needs to be said or take care of what needs to be taken care of.
And that's the real, the whole basis of a partnership.
Yeah,
That's what it is. It's a power couple. We're a partnership. We're a team.
yeah,
It's not one over the other. It's not going to be me under you
Right.
or you under me. That's never going to be the case. We
Right.
work as a team.
Yes.
We level each other up, and that's the whole goal.
That's the whole goal for me too. Is like, you need a partner, you need someone that you can trust to share ideas with, trust to be vulnerable, trust that if you don't have it figured out, he does, and vice versa, and be able to lead you. And then other areas where they're not as strong at is knowing, like, okay, he's strong in that area, I'm going to trust him with that decision, or vice versa. And I think not even in just intimate relationships, but even business and friendships, like having that power relationship and knowing when to be independent, when you need, like, I need my girl time, I need this time, I think all of that ties into being able to be vulnerable and share. I think that makes you more of a boss. You know what I mean? To show up for yourself.
Absolutely.
I 110% agree.
So go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say, looking at it from another lens too, and I can only speak for myself, but
Right.
A woman in my position, you always have to be 100% to the world,
Yeah.
right? And I mean that's a whole nother type of pressure to experience. People look
Yeah.
to you for the answers. People look to you to be the Olivia Pope. People look to you to be solution focused. Anytime there's a problem, people assume or expect you to solve it.
Yeah.
So I think brothers who date women like us,
Right.
right, need to be mindful. Somebody just put level up. you're approaching a woman on a different level, so you have to come ready
Right.
and realize that it's some days I wake up, man, into the world, I gotta assume 100%, but I need you to know, since you're my person and I can be my most vulnerable self, like today, baby, I'm only at 60%.
Yeah.
Like I think it's so imperative for brothers understand, you know, when you're in relationships with women like ourselves, like,
Yeah.
you know, we're superwoman to the world, but like the young lady said, when I come home, like I want to really take the mask off.
Right. Take the cape, leave it at the
Take it
door.
off, man,
Just
like-
here, babe, figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's nothing, and I will be very honest, like there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. So I want to make that very
Absolutely.
clear. You can
Yes.
be a very independent woman and still have your tribe or still have your person where you can be vulnerable. We need those vulnerable safe spaces too.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. And I think it's the same for men and women. Someone made a comment. We saying that women need to submit. A man on occasion needs to allow his woman to lead when she's stronger in an area. It's the same. I think it goes
Facts.
back and forth to just in that dual relationship and partnership and, you know, healthy relationships is being interdependent where I'm giving, you're giving, you know, you're receiving, I'm receiving. And I think a lot of times because it's not modeled, you know, all we know how to do is tie it to a negative stigma or a negative stereotype. And so my goal is to really help open up people's eyes and see that we can be bosses and still need a man and still be submitted and still want a man. And even saying like, you know, I want you and I don't need you. Sometimes we do need men. Like, I need you to look at my car because I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I need you to put gas in the car because I don't want to do that. So I think even saying that is we have to be careful with that too, because sometimes men need to be needed. That's part of their roles and their make, you know, just like us women, we need to feel safe and we need to be able to know that you're going to protect us. Men need to know that they're needed. And I think sometimes being strong and being independent, we hold on to just the strong part, you know? Do you guys agree with any of that?
Yeah, no, I do. I feel like it's within men's nature to feel needed.
Right.
Yeah, I do. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I agree. No objections
agree.
here.
No, okay.
I agree. However,
Go ahead.
I think men also need that support, and that's where it really comes out of like being an independent woman. I think that also comes out through that we can also tell when our man or our person needs support. They also need a shoulder to be on. They also get exhausted.
Right.
And I think it's important to understand that we also need to give them that support when that's needed.
Listen, y'all listening? She's talking that talk.
Exactly. See,
Somebody said
she
men
just
need
said,
to feel safe and
yep.
supported. I agree.
We
Yes.
need to feel safe and supported, and that's where we come in as strong women, is that we are able to recognize that, you know what, sometimes I'm exhausted, sometimes you're exhausted, and
Right.
that's where we come in together and fill in where we need to for
Right.
the other person.
That dual partnership for each
Yes.
other.
Yes, exactly.
So how do you guys feel like your upbringing has like affected your views on being too strong or lack thereof?
Dang, Amber, that's a good question. Oof.
Oh.
Oof. That's deep. That's
One more
really,
time?
really deep.
So I said, how do you feel your upbringing has affected your view on being too strong or lack thereof?
It's so heavy, like it's layers to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my siblings on here, so
Hey,
I
siblings.
gotta be mindful what I say.
But she's about to give her truth
I'm
in,
about to
in
speak
her
my truth.
from her perspective, because everything is our reality is based off of our lens and our experience. So nothing personal, y'all.
That is very, very true. I think my father was definitely like a hard ass.
Okay.
So like, even though I failed and my mommy kissed my boo boos, like my dad is the person in the background talking shit like the whole
Get up.
time. Get up, ain't nothing wrong with
You
you.
all right? You ain't bleeding. You don't need stitches.
So I said, and you know, I'm the baby of 6 kids and I have 3 older
Okay.
brothers. So like that really influenced the way I operate now as a woman, right?
Okay.
Like I kind of always hear my dad in the background, like, ain't nothing wrong with you.
You like, I just want to cry.
Right. So sometimes like I feel like I'm sometimes more hard on myself
Okay.
or not open to being the most vulnerable like I should.
Okay.
Because it was always, you know, always got backlash for it as a shorty.
Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that too, because I grew up the only girl my father raised me, so it's like, you all right? Like,
Ain't
what you
nothing wrong
crying?
with you.
You know, I like going wiping my face. Like, no, I'm not crying. You know, but it's like, but you better be pretty. Like, okay, be strong and be pretty. Don't cry. You know, so I think for myself, you know, coming from my own the background I came from, it does play a huge role on, you know, trying to balance out being super feminine and being super, you know, masculine, and knowing how to when and what time those roles are necessary.
Absolutely, yeah. I was the only girl. I have 2 brothers.
Okay.
And they believe in very tough love. They believe in very tough love. Seeing my parents go through it, and then, you know, they always pushed us to do better, right? We
Right.
always had to do better. So, you know, I always have that on me, as I'm, you know, there's always something better I could be doing. I could always be pushing myself harder. So I do see that in myself now as well, that I don't give myself as much as a break as I maybe should. I mean,
Right.
as people tell me I should, but nah.
Oh, even nah.
Nah.
Ain't no breaks.
Nah.
No letting up.
No, but that's the thing. That's definitely my upbringing, and my brothers. That's definitely how they how I was just brought up, is that you can always keep pushing. You can
Yeah.
always
you can always do better.
you can always do better. You can always keep pushing. And yeah.
That's tough. I mean, because that gives us a lot of pressure. I know for myself as a woman, you know, I think that's where a lot of my resilience was built, in being like, get up, do it, handle it, you know. And sometimes it's like, I don't want to do it. Like, can I just
sit?
breathe for a moment? Like, you know, and so I think it's important even now as adults to realize that, you know, I don't have to be fully always strong, or have to be, you know, exceed to the next level if I'm okay right now. You know what I mean? Like, so for myself, really learning the healthy balance and being, okay, right now I'm just here, and that's okay, you know, and not beating myself up for that. Because I think for women, I think we do that even probably 10 times more, you know, having that, I got to be strong, I got to be this, I got to be great, I got to meet this limit. And, you know, we're always on a clock for ourselves, you know, we're getting older, we're getting this, you know, so I think sometimes we just got to be able to breathe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So it looks like Malik says something here. Too strong or not strong enough is about revealing the truth and personality during dating process. Socialization plays a tremendous part in how we engage with others and even ourselves as we develop through life stages. I agree with that. So we are going to take a quick break, and then we will come right back, and we have some more questions. Make sure that you guys continue to share. And if you want to call in, I'm going to make sure the number is pinned in. If you guys want to call and ask any questions, or even just give your opinion or your experience, you can do so in a few minutes. But we will be right back. Stay tuned.
Potato sugar.
Yes.
Django isn't a slave. Django is a free man, you understand? You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here, because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here. You got it?
Yearning for your validation.
Validation.
All in hopes I'm in the conversation.
All in hopes.
Pour so much of me into you. Can't believe I ain't never feel for me instead of you. I slide in the coupe, fire, lose the roof. I die for the truth, vibe by no rules. We devils in cahoots, drop a prayer on the screw. Got God on my side, I ever lose still. I wanna be humble, but I gotta flex. On them niggas, I don't wanna mumble, but I can respect.
Respect me, nigga.
I do it my way, they say it's left. Left. If I sell my soul, what I got left? Because I don't need nobody else.
Yeah, right.
I'm lying to myself. Not talking physical, dog, spiritual. No. Yeah. All these opportunities is higher, I can tell. Got to get them in upstairs, cause the timing never fails. My advice, keep moving. If not, you can lose it. Wasting time on the clueless. Knowing they can never do this. Back. Tell them pessimists they need to spine. Whack. When they're paralyzed in the mind. I don't need nobody else.
No, I
I will
don't.
tell my younger self.
What you say?
You got God as your help. Just let it go and never dwell. My advice, unless they good to you. My advice, love in the middle, tell the truth. My advice, sometimes you gotta break the rules. My advice, stand for something or die for nothing. My advice, flex on the middle, they hating on you. I would tell my younger self, yeah, you should never go and let, hypothetical. Fuck all opinions, your validation and your acceptance. I never needed you, no one never needed you. I never needed you, no one never needed you.
Yeah. Why they so jealous? Natural. DT 702. Then I guess you got it like that. Thinking 1,000 and that's so fat. They hate it when you get attention. When you walk by, they don't say nothing. They jealous. They be jealous. Them fools, they so jealous. They be jealous. Turn heads when she walk in. Superstar paparazzi start flocking. As the beat starts knocking, shorty hit the dance floor, ass start dropping. She's truly independent. She's grinding and she's winning. The other girls pretending, not stopping till she finished. She ain't got no man unless you got them bands. Why these hoes be hating? The drama they're creating, but it ain't even phasing you, 'cause you're amazing. So fast. When you get attention, when you walk by, don't say nothing. They're jealous, yeah. They be jealous. Them hoes so jealous. They be jealous. She like the room when she enters. Everyone's attention, she is the center. Fellas double take when they see her. Watch her transform as the beat hits the speaker. Shawty ain't no average chick. Unless you coming with those bands, no, she's not having it. No. She ain't got no man. Unless you got them bands, no. Why these hoes be hating? The drama they're creating, but it ain't even phasing you, 'cause you're amazing. Yeah. So fast. When you get attention, oh, don't say nothing. You're jealous. They be jealous. These hoes so jealous.
I know you see them hoes barking over there, 'cause everybody in the club stop and stare. Them thick thighs and the ass Ric Flair. Please remind them as you walking over here, just pop it and lock it, then drop it, don't stop it. You the hot topic, they know you got options. They jealous as toxic, they harmless, no caution. Just do it, go do it, do it. Clap for me, mommy, clap for me, mommy. Make it boom back for me, mommy. Frame on time, hourglass type of body with an apple bottom. She don't need jeans for it, only shake what your mama gave you. Shake, take it all, money made good. Take, look at they faces, the wrinkles, they stressing, rebellious. No, they jealous.
Why they
hoes.
so mad though? Got it like that. Yeah. When you get attention. These hoes is so jealous. They be jealous. Them hoes so jealous. They be jealous. These hoes so jealous.
Well, hello. Welcome back. It is Key Talk Tuesday, and we are talking about it today, you guys. We are talking about being Miss Independent, but we are talking about the positive stereotypes, or not even stereotypes, positiveness of being an independent boss lady and being able to show up in your truth and femininity all in once and still be able to make moves and do what we do so well and effortlessly. So I was reading the comments over here while I was on break, and I'm gonna address some of these comments really quick because they're pretty interesting. So thank you all. Shout out to you guys for tuning in and chiming in. Shout out to the ladies over here, these boss ladies. How y'all feeling?
Great.
Good.
Amazing.
I'm looking for this one okay, so there's a comment here, and I just want to get clarity before I ask. I want to just ask, if I can't get the support from a woman, there's no need to be a couple. So I just want to know what that support means and what exactly you mean by that. Because I think sometimes comments like that make women like question you. So I just want to be clear before I move forward. And then it says, Malika has one on here. It says the need is subjective to individual and couple interpretation and agreement. So I see some men chiming in. So I do want to hear some of your guys' points of view. Let's see if anyone answered on that. Yeah, that topic needs attention, ladies. Thanks for doing this topic. Thanks, Malik, for chiming in and comments. Thanks for everybody else who has dropped a comment. But I did see. Oh, Alex. Okay. I need me a girl who's going to pay. Well, I know a girl that can get you a job so you can pay for your own haircut, because that's what independent men and women are important. Did you hear the first part of the show? Independence and ambition is sexy. That is the new topic of discussion. Listen, if you don't have no ambition, you can't get a haircut for yourself or learn how to cut it if you ain't got the money.
I'll pay for yours if you pay for mine.
Hey, look at that.
And mine's going to be $300 and plus. So, you really want to go there?
Okay, say, look at her.
You can pay for my nails, which are about $60 every 2 weeks, too.
You know, she's talking about it.
And I'll cover your $20 haircut, boo.
Hey, I really like how she maneuvered on that one. He said, never mind.
Y'all expensive. Yes. That's why I get my own money.
Listen.
That's why you should get your own money, and then we can pay for ourselves, but then, dinner.
So we are at the last 8 minutes, you guys. I really appreciate the conversation and what you have got to drop. We got to have you back in here, and we're going to talk about a topic about these toxic men. Part 2 coming soon near you. Because we're gonna definitely talk about it. But before we go into the last few minutes, I want to be able to just share your guys' info if you want people to contact you, or if you're open, if you guys are what you guys are doing right now.
Yeah, man, for sure. Well, my Facebook and Instagram handles are the same. CECE, last name Kilgore, Kilgore. That's my Facebook, and then for Instagram, it's CECE_Kilgore. And then, of course, man, check out our business Instagram and website. The name of our company is Spaced Events Management and Consulting, and you can find us on www.spacedevents.com. And you can also find us on Instagram as well, Spaced Events ENT. So definitely follow us, man, and check us out.
I'm gonna go ahead and tag it in the live too, so people will follow you. Make sure you guys are supporting. They do some amazing, dope things in this city, and I know even outside of the city. So make sure y'all stay connected and support, man. Support is so important for men and women, independent or not. We need support. So go ahead and share this video and invite someone so they can hear this message. But I did see a response that I want to answer on really quick. I think it was Kilgore LC. It never plays out like that. So we're going to need you to call in, caller. I mean, or we're going to have this conversation for part 2, because I definitely like to hear your perspective on your point. It never plays out that way.
He said, "Will do."
But tonight has been amazing. I definitely appreciate you guys so much for coming onto the show. The time runs out faster than we know or we expect. So, again, thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Do
having
y'all want to
us.
drop any keys before?
Yeah, man, let me go ahead and drop a few keys, man.
You know, come on.
Let me go ahead, man. Shout out to my A1s, man. Shout out to, like, Nevada Partners, man.
Yes.
One of the coldest CEOs west of Mississippi, Monica Ford. Shout out to BizBay Communications. So when you guys check out the Space website, shout out to Tita. She's the one who created the whole digital platform for us. Shout out to everybody back home in Chicago.
Yes.
Also including Kilgore LC. Fun fact, that's my big brother.
Oh, you're going to make me throw him under the bus. Look what she did. No, I'm joking.
That's
I'm
my
joking.
big brother. And then, of
Hey,
course.
bro.
Right.
Hey.
Shout
Hey,
out.
bro.
Right. BizBay, there it is. Okay, Alex BizBay all day, every
Biz
day.
Bay.
Shout out to Essence Johnson. She's part of our team. Shout out to
Hey,
Gregory
Essence.
Gray. Shout out to Malcolm Wilkes. We appreciate you guys so much for rocking with us since day one. And then, shout out to my mama.
Yes, mama.
And then just shout out to all the independent men and women out there doing their thing.
Yes.
And like it's hot girl summer, but it's hot guy summer too. We ain't got time for no drama. So
None. Show up and boss up.
yeah, man. Just shout out to everybody who tuned in.
Thank you for that shout out, y'all. This is why I say they are so dope. Zay, go ahead and drop your gems.
Drop it, Zay.
Hey. Again, shout out to Essence, Greg, Malcolm. Shout out to the whole Space team. Shout out to Miss Amber over here.
Yo, like, yeah, man.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, babe.
She's better than the lady
Absolutely.
from Lifetime.
Ooh,
Fix
girl.
your life.
Oh, girl, she's better than that 106.5 Delilah.
Oh,
she's
bro.
better than
She
Delilah.
better, man.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank
she
you.
really got the keys
Got
to
all
fix
of
your
it.
life.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you to everybody that came in the chat. Thank you to my mom. Thank you to my brothers. Thank you
Yes,
to my
thank
auntie.
you.
I love all y'all. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to my homie Maya, man. Yeah, hey, I love
Hey,
you, dog.
Maya.
Look, she got some strong ass legs. We went hiking the other day, man. I see you.
Hey, get it.
Yes.
That's what
Well,
we do.
thank you, queens, for coming on. So before I leave or before we get off of the air, I just want to share that this July 30th, I'm having an event, the 3D Digital Vision Board event, a vision board quest. I want you guys to, and this is for the ladies, so excuse me, bros, not for you today, but there will be an event coming soon for you. But this is for my ladies. We are in the third quarter of the year. We are in halfway mark. Let's create some visions. Let's create some plans. Let's make some goals and really show up and be able to show our independence and what we want, what we need, what we desire, and manifest that through this vision board. It's going to be completely dope. And so I'm super excited for it. Again, it is July 30th. And you can get your tickets. It's going to have some specialty drinks by Space Events. No.
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 Not us.
Okay.
Not us.
So I dropped the ball. But there's going to be some specialty drinks. There's going to be other things happening. So I want to just give y'all a shout out. Make sure you go and tune in and get your tickets immediately. It's limited space, so there will not be a lot of space. There's not going to be a lot of room for everyone, but there is going to be some great things happening. So make sure you get your tickets, and definitely make sure you stay tuned to Key Talk Tuesday every week at 8 p.m. on BU Radio. So until next time, we will see you. Shout out to everybody again. We appreciate you. Have an amazing night.
Yeah. It's a little different this time. Yeah. I'm coming live in the nighttime.
Nighttime.
Cruising down in the state. 9 to 5. I hope I don't see them cop lights.
Hope I don't.
In the fast lane, yeah, he told me about the warning signs. And trying to live fast, die young, we ain't got time.
No, we
Do
don't.
it part-time.
Yeah.
The benefits don't benefit, it ain't full-time.
No, they don't.
More than 40 every week, putting overtime.
putting overtime.
I'm clocking 7 days a week till I'm prime
7
time.
days.
That ain't enough time
No.
for the short time. Success, I'm trying to see a million by the summertime. Before it's fall time,
No.
and they forget mine.
Yeah, right.
Cold world without my pockets warming when the
Shivering.
Foot on the gas pedal, leaving stuck in drive. Never slowing down, had to cut the brake. should. But I don't mean to preach. No, when your hands upon the wheel, who you trying to be? Extend your hand out, tell me who you trying to reach. Self like you out playing hide and seek. Still I'm cruising for a chase. Knowing that my family is not safe. They not safe unless we keep a bag in the safe. It ain't safe. No, it ain't safe. Unless we keep a bag in the safe. Yeah, right. They don't want smoke, if they do, we let them bucks fly. I heard them sending shots on the gram, they ain't like mine. Mine hits a little harder, dog. Could say a lot about them, y'all careers isn't never mine. Hey. Cheesesteak out in Philly when it's showtime. Pedro got me booked up, now they reading mine. Try to NY, hit up Shade 45. They ain't in my age, doing prime time. 7 o'clock on the dot. Staying low key, y'all gon' watch. Moonwalk the interview, Billy jeans in my DM, they some thoughts. She want me to pull up, hop out, set me up like a snitch does, cop out. Camera phone, a lingerie on my cock out. Work my shit.